Hey, how's it going? Happy Saturday to everybody who's going to watch the video. Uh, Today went and did my CrossFit workout, and the owner of the gym went for a ride. I forgot to turn my cameras on, but anywho, he handled it pretty well. Took it out to the road right in front of where we work out, and just stabbed it. Went through first, second gear pretty well. It just spun the whole time, and then did the same thing coming back. But it did pretty well all in all. Drove for the last 3 days to work. So one of the bigger things I've noticed is the fact that it does kind of get a little hot with the radiator sitting there. So we're going to proceed to move the radiator back like I talked about in other videos. We might turn it, but as far as right now, I think we're just going to move it back some and then lower it down so it catches the air that comes up from underneath. I know it's going to be hot air, because it's going to come past the motor and it's coming right off the road anyway. But some air flows better than nothing. So I don't really set the red light's here about 1 to 2 minutes. So it kind of sits there and idles for a little bit and kind of gets a little warm. But so far it's been doing pretty well. Haven't had any issues. Had some pretty good run-ins with people. Like today, also stopped to get gas, and there's a couple of guys that stopped and wanted to talk about the truck. Had a good time with that. So anyway, we're gonna get it pulled back into the garage to let the radiator and everything drain out there. It was just water in it. So radiator's drained out. I started up. I'm sure it's gonna puke out some more water, which is fine. We'll get it pulled in here, get the radiator cut, get the radiator moved back to where I want it to be. I have a piece of flat stock here somewhere. Here we go. So I do have a piece of flat stock so we can build the mounts and make everything work. Also going to do a real good once over of the truck, because on my way back from the gym I noticed that my cheap little plastic radiator hose that everybody says is not going to hold up, well, guess what? It holds up pretty well. It just doesn't hold up whenever it sits on the manifold and melts. Other than that, it does pretty well. So anywho, we're going to reroute it completely so I don't have to worry about it being close to the manifold at all, and stop poking little holes in it pretty much. So every day I've had to put a little bit of water in it, which is fine. It's not that big of a loss. So kind of keeps me on my toes and make sure I check everything else whenever I'm putting water in it. So it's really not that big of an ordeal. But we'll get the radiator moved, get the hose put in a better position where we don't have to worry about sitting on the radiator or on the manifolds, and then might take it for a little cruise around, see how it does. So it'll be in the heat of the day, so it'll tell me a lot if it's going to hold up. And then tonight we're supposed to go we might go out to the drag strip, and then I might run the Mini, especially if I can get it past Tech. That'd be super awesome. So, but right now we're going to get the radiator moved, and we'll start there and see where we end up. Alright, so I'm just going to wrap up the video right here. Got the radiator moved. Took it for a little trip around the block. Went about 3 miles. It got up to 190, did its thing. So it catches a lot more air. Which means there's going to be a lot more draft coming through. You know, it's not great, but better than what it was. So there's version 2 of the radiator, version 3 on the 4-link. Still, we're on like version 747 on the front end because it still isn't right, but I mean that part's gonna be there. One of these days probably just gonna go and get like the upper and lower control arm off of a S10 or something, and then just mock it up on here and be done with it. Plus it'll give me a better lug pattern, so I'll have more options for wheels and stuff like that. And there's a lot of stuff for S10's front ends for race cars, so it just opens up the door for a whole lot more things. But that's neither here nor there. That'll be a project for one of these days, though. Only thing I'm going to do probably is just adjust the toe and get it set where I want it so the steering wheel's straight whenever I go down the road. And other than that, I'm going to go inside. I'll chop up this video and get it all edited up and then post it for tomorrow. So, y'all have a good one.